All right, this is a little quick review of properties of exponents and fractions. So this is not one of your required videos, but if you're struggling with fractions or exponents, this will be a great help for you. So down the left side here, we have all the different rules that we've done in the past. And on the right side, 1 through 6, we're going to walk through these. So number 1, x to the 6th times x to the 4th. So logically what that means is x times x times x times x, 6 of them, and then another 4 of them. So how many are we multiplying together total? Well, we have 10 of them that we're multiplying together. So this is x to the 10th. And the rule says that we add our exponents. This is the first rule here. That's where number 1 came from. But logically that means we are multiplying x times x that many times that many. So what does that mean? That means x to the 10th. So you add the exponents. Okay. Number 2 is using this rule here. Power to another power. This is where you multiply the exponents. So we have x to the negative 6 because we multiply the exponents. And then we're going to go down here and use this rule also. What do you do with a negative exponent? Well, you flip it to the bottom and it becomes positive. Or if it's on the bottom, you flip it to the top. But either way, it becomes positive, so we get 1 over x to the 6th. Number 3, we're going to go ahead and use those same rules again, where we're going to use power to a power. We're also going to use this last rule where essentially if there's an exponent on the outside, you can put it to everything on the inside. So we're going to use this last rule here as well as this rule here where we're going to multiply the exponents. So we're going to square everything in there and we get x to the 6th over y to the negative 4. And then once again we're going to use our negative exponent rule, which says since it's on the bottom we move it to the top. X to the 6th stays where it is because there's no need to simplify that. Y to the 4th comes up to the top. There's nothing on the bottom anymore, so we just have x to the 6th, y to the 4th. Okay, number 4, we have one on top of the other. So in number 4, we're going to use this rule here where we subtract the exponents. So if we just deal with the x's first, we're going to have x to the 3 minus 5, and then we're going to have y to the 8 minus 5. So we end up with x to the negative 2 and y to the 3rd. Once again, we are going to use our negative exponent rule, which means x to the 2nd is going to the bottom and becoming positive, and y to the 3rd stays on the top. Okay, couple fraction examples. The first is addition, and if you recall, when you add and subtract fractions, that is when you must get common denominator. So our common denominator here is going to be 20. So we're going to multiply this by 4, and if we multiply the bottom, we have to multiply the top. We're going to multiply this by 5. So we end up with 4 over 20 plus 15 over 20. And once you get the common denominator, it remains the common denominator. And you add the top, or subtract if it's a subtraction problem. So 4 plus 15, that's 19. Then you reduce if you can. In this example, you cannot. Number 6. On number 6, we are multiplying. Now the way to multiply fractions is to multiply across, or you can cancel anything on the top with anything on the bottom first. So one way we can do it is that we can just multiply across and we get 10 over 12, and then we need to reduce, so we get 5 over 6. Or the other way to do it is to cancel whatever's on top with whatever's on the bottom. So we have 2 over 3, 5 over 4, just to rewrite that. And we can actually cancel because 2 goes into both 2 and 4, and it goes in here 1 time, goes in here 2 times. Then you multiply across, so you get 5 over 6. Either way, obviously you get 5 over 6. It just depends on where you do your reducing. So hopefully that helps, and you will need to apply that to our properties of exponents when we start doing all of this, and our exponents will be fractions now.